previous era. Bruising backs, hybrid tight ends, and cannon-arm QBs that make plays with their feet. I'm Jeff Chadia, and here are 10 stars today that would thrive in 1995. It might be safe to say Patrick Mahomes would thrive in any era, but let's hone in on the mid-90s, a golden age for quarterbacks. You had Aikman, Favre, Moon, Marino, Elway, and Young, elite arms, and guys who can make plays with their legs.
To the 20, the 50, the 10, he dives, touchdown 49ers!
Young retired with the most rushing touchdowns of any NFL quarterback ever. Mahomes' scrambling skills have been killing defenses since 2018, most notably in the postseason.
As Mahomes steps up, he's going to scramble. He's at the 40, bad ankle, 30, bad ankle, 20, tackled from behind.
But it's his efficiency as a passer that bears a striking resemblance to Young. The two-time league MVP has a 102 career passer rating, among the highest ever.
When God created Barry Sanders, even he didn't know what he made.
The feature back was one of the glamour positions of the 1990s. You had Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Curtis Martin, and up-and-comers like Terrell Davis and Marshall Faulk. Philadelphia's Saquon Barkley would have fit right in with that crowd.
He's never done this. No one's ever done this.
He's used to being the top option in any offense, and he just carried the Eagles to a championship last season.
Through the snow, all the way home, and this one might send him to the championship game.
The passing game exploded in the NFL in 1995 as a record 9 different receivers hit the 100-catch mark that year. We're talking greats like Jerry Rice, Chris Carter, and Michael Irvin. It's a safe bet to think Jefferson would have posted similar numbers because all he's done since entering the league is break records.
Single season Minnesota Viking receiving yard record holder.
He's the only player in league history with 3,000 yards in his first 2 seasons. He's the youngest player to ever reach 7,000 yards. He also joins Rice as one of only 2 players to produce at least 3 1,500-yard seasons.
Climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
You think a monster like that couldn't hang 30 years ago against less sophisticated defenses? Jefferson would have been building the same Hall of Fame-worthy career with those circumstances. Jamar Chase is the most explosive pass catcher in the NFL by far. He reached the Triple Crown of receiving last year when he led the league in catches, yards, and touchdowns. He's averaged nearly 88 receiving yards a game for his career, which is 3rd best overall.
And the pass is caught. Oh my goodness.
Now put that potent skill set into a league filled with coaches eager to get the ball into the hands of talented athletes and create yards after the catch.
It's Burrow quickly outside. Chase looking for blocks from his tight end. He gets 2 of them, and he's off to the races. It's a foot race. Jamar Chase, touchdown!
You think Tim Brown or Isaac Bruce didn't benefit from that emphasis? Chase has been cooking defensive backs since he came into the league in 2021. He would have done it just as greatly 30 years ago. There were so many great pass rushers in the NFL in the 1990s that it was impossible to run an offense without great pass blockers. You wanted a plan for guys like Bruce Smith, Reggie White, and Derek Thomas? Well, it started with finding a terrific talent who could match their elite athletic ability. If you were building a tackle for those purposes, you would start with somebody like Detroit's Penei Sewell.
He is super athletic, very big, very fast, light on his feet.
You put a ballet dancer's feet on a mean-spirited giant, and the quarterback, well, he usually ends up pretty happy. Just ask those signal callers who played with stars like Orlando Pace and Jonathan Ogden back in the day. Life was a lot easier with blockers like that. Tight end looks a lot different now than it did in 1995. Today, a player can dominate simply by catching passes and scoring touchdowns. Back then, you had to excel at putting your hands on people as well, because blocking still meant plenty. This is where George Kittle separates himself from all other players at his position.
George Kittle is the best tight end of the league, folks. Why? Because he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the history of the game.
Nobody's better at all the skills required to excel at that job than the San Francisco 49ers tight end. He would have had the athletic ability of Shannon Sharp matched with the physicality of Ben Coates, and that would have been a tough tandem to beat in those days. The NFL was a big man's league in 1995. There was tremendous size at all positions, and the interior defensive line was emblematic of that. This was before the time when undersized interior rushers like John Randall and Warren Sapp took over. You had to have massive run stuffers to shut down ground games. And Tampa Bay's Vita Vea, at 6 feet 4 and 347 pounds, would have been in heavy demand.
Can't find anyone. Hurts in trouble. Sacked again. Vita Vea's got a number 2 on the day.
He's already bigger than some of the stud defensive tackles of the day, men like Cortez Kennedy, Dan Saliamua, and Gilbert Brown. What's scary is Vea is even more athletic than all those players.
He's the kind of defensive player that can change a game.
Reggie got him again. They got him again. Back in the 20. Hello, Reggie.
Bruce Smith and Reggie White were still the two biggest names when it came to edge rushers in 1995. Cleveland's Myles Garrett is doing things that will land him a spot right next to him in the Hall of Fame someday.
Myles Garrett screaming off the edge. Browns football.
Myles Garrett is single-handedly taking over this game.
Garrett is the only player in league history to record at least 14 sacks in 4 straight seasons. He already had 10 sacks before the midway point of this season, including a franchise record 5 in 1 game.
There it is. Myles Garrett has 5 sacks today. A new Cleveland Browns single-game record.
White and Smith were renowned for their size, power, and quickness. Garrett blows people away with the exact same skill set. Green Bay's Micah Parsons is the quintessential game wrecker for one obvious reason. He can destroy an offense from almost anywhere.
Chased from behind by Parsons. Hit and sack. Micah Parsons.
He can come screaming off the edge and sack the quarterback. He can race sideline to sideline and force a fumble by a ball carrier. The Packers aren't even afraid to line Parsons up inside against a massive guard to create mismatches with his quickness. These are the kind of traits that made Junior Seau a star back in the day. After all, you have to be smart to be able to handle that kind of workload. And that combination of instincts and insane physical skills would make Parsons a star whenever he played.
Rice is out there. Touchdown 49ers. Rice beat Larry Brown.
If you want to defend 1995 era wide receivers, you better have a uniform playing cornerback. Denver's Patrick Surtain II fits that description better than anybody playing today.
That ball intercepted at the 5-yard line by Pat Surtain. What a great pick.
He got the size and athletic ability of icons like Rod Woodson and Deion Sanders. That combination would have been crucial in the mid-1990s because most star receivers, well, they were huge. Guys like Herman Moore, Jerry Rice, Chris Carter, and Michael Irvin all ranged between 6'2 and 6'4. If you couldn't run and be physical, they would embarrass you. Surtain can do both at an extremely high level. There are bound to be some debates about who else belongs on this list. And to be honest, that's part of the fun with something like this. We'll never be able to know exactly who would have done what in the past. But these